Tonight, we are going to be recognizing our senior cheerleaders and our senior football players. First start with our senior cheerleaders. Patience Ball. Patience is supported by Ladarius Gates. Nyla Carter. Nyla is escorted by Michael and Katrina Carter. Mara Ford. Mara is escorted by Melita Brown and Carlton Ford. Equation Glover. Equation is escorted by Everett and Tamika Glover.
Not related. Today's the day. Today's the day. Make 7-0.
Marcelina Hunt.
Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on Michigan Sports Radio.
An undefeated volleyball team suffers defeat for the first time, and the football playoffs are just around the corner. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. This is the final week of regular season football action as teams across the state look to qualify for the playoffs. Sunday, October 23rd, is Selection Sunday, when teams will learn their fate. The selection show will be broadcast live at 6 p.m. on Valley Sports Detroit, and all the pairings will be posted on MHSAA.com at 7 p.m. The top 32 teams in each of the 8 divisions will be divided into 4 team districts, with district play starting October 28th. In 8-player, we take the top 16 teams in both Divisions 1 and 2. The 8-player finals will be Saturday, November 19th at the Superior Dome in Marquette. The 11-player finals are 1 week later, November 25th and 26th at Ford Field in Detroit. All of the finals action will air on Valley Sports Detroit. Tickets for all playoff games leading up to the finals can be purchased at gofan.co. There are 10 teams looking to repeat as state champs this year. Belleville in Division 1, Warren De La Salle in Division 2, Detroit King in Division 3, Chelsea in Division 4, Grand Rapids Catholic Central in Division 5, Lansing Catholic in Division 6, Powama Westphalia in Division 7, Hudson in Division 8, Adrian Lenawee Christian in 8-player Division 1, and Powers North Central in 8-player Division 2. Game balls this week go to Clio senior volleyball player Michaela Nealons. She recorded her 1,000th career kill in a match versus Lake Fenton. Clio will open the postseason with Mount Morris. Northville volleyball player Abby Reck. She led the Mustangs to a Beast of the East championship, including a win in the title game over previously unbeaten Birmingham Marion. And a Cass Tech quarterback, LeSean Mumpfield, he led the Technicians to a 28-14 win over Detroit King in the PSL title game.
Need money for college? You need My Student Aid. My Student Aid is the go-to resource that helps Michigan families find money to pay for college. Plus, they'll guide you through the financial aid process and answer any questions you have. For grants, scholarships, and more, connect with My Student Aid, helping make college affordable for everyone. Learn more at michigan.gov/MIStudentAid.
Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with the MHSAA's Sam Davis.
It's tournament time for boys soccer, and that means the return of the shootout. In the regular season, games can end in a tie, but postseason games need to have a winner. If a game is tied at the end of regulation and the 20-minute overtime period, we move to a shootout. Each team gets 5 attempts from the penalty spot, alternating between teams. If, after keeper, but has enough spin on it to roll back across the goal line. That's a goal. Shootout attempt isn't complete until the ball stops moving, goes out of play, or the referee stops play.
MHSAA website now to register. On the golf course, 4 teams and 4 individuals were crowned state champs over the weekend. In Division 1, Vinton Hills Mercy was the top team, and Byron Center's Macy Elzinga was the best individual. In D3, Macomb Lutheran North is your team champ. Mia Melendez of Ann Arbor Green Hills is a repeat individual champion. Champions were also crowned on the tennis court with the boys' Lower Peninsula Finals. Bloomfield Hills took home the trophy in Division 1. Midland Dow added to their trophy case with a title in Division 2. The Division 3 championship went to Ann Arbor Green Hills, and in Division 4, it was Grosse Pointe Woods University Liggett coming out on top. For more on both the golf and tennis championships, please visit MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
Sends away a short kick that is taken at the 14-yard line with the feet offset by Tyson Mann. Shimmies over the 30, burst of speed at the 40, right sideline 50, able to get away from the tackle, walking the tightrope at the 30, 25-20, all alone, 10-5, touchdown Grandville. Give on to Tyson Mann, his fake given on to Jaden Terry, big cut move at the 15, at the 10, explosive speed at the 5, touchdown Grandville, Jaden Terry. Still no Tyson Mann. Give up the middle, Kopko has a whole bunch of space, busting free at the 40, he's in the clear at the 50, 45-40, right sideline, all alone, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Grandville, bursting Kopko with a peace sign of the defense, 78. Welcome to Game Night, and welcome to historic Hackley Stadium. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. And Chandler, we close out the regular season with one of the great rivalry games in all of West Michigan. It's the battle for the Lakeshore and also the battle for the OK Green. Mona Shores, Muskegon tonight here, CT. It's such a great atmosphere, such a great place. This battle, the similar systems, we know all the stories about these two teams. Looking forward to get to see this classic OK Green Lakeshore clash.
Yeah, excited to be here and see this one take place in person. I mean, you hear so much about this rivalry in these two teams. They both had so much success in recent seasons. Both had great seasons to this point, looking to settle it here on the field in Week 9.
We have got a ton to break down here on the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show, so make sure you do not go anywhere. We're going to quick step aside. When we do come out of that break, you're going to actually go to a segment of our MGN Football Tailgate Report. If you're new to MGN, that is our weekly YouTube show that we put up about an hour and a half in length and go around the West Michigan area. Focus a lot on the Grandville Bulldogs, our main home team that we cover most of the time, CT. So make sure you check that out during the week. So we'll be right back. This is the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show on MGN. Muskegon, Mona Shores from Hackley Stadium.
The sinister cries haunted Mary through the night. Dawn neared, and still the voice tormented her. She ran towards the safety of her car, flung open the door, and a coyote had somehow gotten locked inside. But the damaged interior was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool, August 1st, 2015. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Recently, I read this statement.
When it comes to developing intimacy remotely, sometimes it's better to be heard and not seen. That got me thinking, and I discovered that since this pandemic began, voice-only calls have increased by 78%, and the length of these calls has also increased. Today, Zoom is touted as the savior of business, academia, and keeping families connected. But there is some evidence that video apps make us feel awkward and unfulfilled. There's even an app available that rates your background when you're on Zoom. Then there's the phone, which is basically a handheld texting machine, a social networking black hole. But mouth-to-ear communication is on the rise, and it is most welcome. Like I said earlier, sometimes it's better to be heard and not seen. At Centennial Securities, we love hearing from you, even if we can't always see you. If you're a Centennial client, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Centennial Securities Company, member SIPC and FINRA.
And game of the week, Muskegon, Mona Shores. Mona Shores of the win will be outright. Ever since he first came up with the idea of, hey, what if we take this quarterback and pull him back into the pistol and, then slowly develop the offense that they've developed there. There's a platform here at Muskegon, how you win. Big up front, speed everywhere else. And guess what they have? 300 pounds everywhere up front and ridiculous speed everywhere else. This is classic Muskegon. We'll get into some of the names and some of the guys, but it's why there was so much promise around them this year, because they have big talent, big speed, big size. It's all the pieces that make Muskegon work.
Yeah, I think, when you're trying to check things off of what speed and athletic ability and a clear-cut top team in the state come into this, we've grown used to seeing Muskegon just roll people throughout the course of the season and not really look back and just take that momentum into the playoffs and go on a deep run. And there's just been, but when you're looking at the things that make a team successful and allow them to potentially go on a playoff run, they've definitely got it.
Yeah, it starts, shifty junior quarterback, Mackay Guy. This is a guy, I believe Keith Guy, their athletic director, basketball coach's son, so I believe it makes him the stepbrother of Cam Martinez. But he's a quarterback that runs the option well. He can throw, as you've seen on some of these highlights, but he's just the perfect guy to run that offense, especially in the backfield. We mix him with Jakob Price. Jakob Price was out the first couple games of the year. It's why they struggled some of those first couple games of the year. He is, I think they list him at a 4.48 40. He honestly looks faster than that in some examples. Like this kid, Price, mixed with Guy, the shifty, a little bit smaller quarterback, but it doesn't matter. You just need speed. That's how Ferris State is recruited back to, some of what Coach Anise does. Like, they are very dangerous, very scary. It's one of the best 1-2 punches in that backfield they've had in a long time running the ski guns. The quote-unquote favorite in this game still is going to have to be Mona Shores, and that's because they come in with one less loss at this point in time. They've been able to run the table in conference and put themselves in position to win the OK Green. And this, to me, I wrote, it's a pretty classic Koziak team. They're tough, and they've got guys coming out of the woodwork making plays. At the start of the year, you didn't necessarily know who all their big-time playmakers would be. You knew some of the names. You knew Jaylen Vinton, the Ferris State-bound wide receiver. You knew the sophomore quarterback, Jonathan Pittman, who has a chance to maybe be Coach Koziak's best quarterback he's had. Like, he has those sort of tools as a sophomore. I know what I'm saying when I say that, the last couple of years. We knew those guys. But who are the other guys? Guys like Bankard that have come in on both sides of the ball. The Farnham brothers, of course, have elevated their game. It's all those guys that they come out of the woodwork. The name that, of course, always comes to mind is Brady Rose, what he did a couple years ago, coming from undersized safety and, punter and kick returner to all of a sudden now he's throwing in his quarterback, and they easily win the state championship game when he, takes over and runs on and wins Mr. Football.
Yeah, just kind of a classic matchup of teams that one has all the athletic talent and size on paper, and they try to use that versus a team that on paper is a little bit smaller, maybe not as much raw athletic ability, but they utilize it to their fullest. And I think when you get that matchup going back and forth, that's what makes this rivalry so great, specifically this season, when you've got guys on the Mona Shores team that they know how to use them within the offense and the defense. They put them in positions to be successful, and they allow them to kind of do their thing and create a role for them.
Two guys I want to highlight. First off, you're seeing him do his thing right here. Jonathan Pittman, sophomore quarterback, big, fast, tough, strong, sophomore, learning, getting better throughout the year. When I say that this kid has a chance to be one of Koziak's best he's ever had at the quarterback position, I mean it, because same thing with they're running the same offense. It's a ski gun. They both run the same they both get the multi-option a little bit with the short shotgun, but it's almost all ski gun for both these guys we'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah, I think definitely a bit bigger of a quarterback than Mona Shores with, and we're talking about Brady Rose. Kind of a question if that's going to happen. It's just a matter of when, and I think you're already seeing that development. And so when that all comes together, they can be dangerous.
Is Jaylen Vinton, Ferris State bound, and he's a wide receiver. He won't be a slot back quite as much. Again, this offense essentially taking this base, taking the class slot back versus a receiver. He's more of an out wide receiver, cornerback. He's going to control. There's some good guys on the other side for
that can control it, and you feel comfortable winning that offensively or defensively.
You look at the Farnham brothers, graduated in 2021, a former receiver there. Those two, they're half brothers, which you can tell because they're a lot different in their build and their style. One, the tough running back and linebacker, they're more the slot back, the receiver. But they do a lot of things, and tough running back and linebacker, they're more the slot back, the receiver. But they do a lot of things, and it's interesting with these teams. They run the same out wide, a little bit of size, but a lot of speed out wide. Quarterback position, small, shifty quarterback. Shifty, tough, super fast running back as well. It's interesting how you have the same system with completely different pieces, and that's what's going to make it fun.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. You get to see that kind of go head to head, and from a distance and watching the teams separately, you think, oh yeah, it's the same offense and same personnel. They utilize it the same, but you put it together and you get to see both teams on the same field. You definitely see the nuances there of the different personnel that they've got, the way they utilize the talent, the plays that they draw up for those players, and the way they're able to execute it.
All right.
Daniel the deer danced everywhere. He pranced through fields and jigged through rivers. Then he saw it. What a stage! A place no deer had dared dance before. The hood of a brand new car.
Hey, my car!
And the car was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Deer Dance Floor, December 1st, 2014. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
Need to replace that worn-out carpet or floor? Floor Coverings International makes it easy. They bring their mobile showroom to you. Save yourself the trip and gas shopping around. See a wide selection of carpet, hardwood, laminate, and vinyl in the lighting of your own home. Go to floorcoveringsinternational.com today for your free consultation. Work with one team for a hassle-free experience from the quote to installation. And each Floor Coverings International business is independently owned and operated, so they are local business owners in our community. Floor Coverings International, the flooring store at your door.
Hello, West Michigan sports fans. I am Mark Kimball. I'm president of the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame. This is our 50th year, and in our 50th year, we like to sit around and chat about all the great things that have happened in the world of sports in our community. I need your help in helping me remember which of those athletes, teams, and events were the most important or the most fun for you to participate in. We're running a series of surveys that are asking for your input in identifying your favorite sporting event over the last 50 years. Some of my favorite events were the very first Whitecaps game or the very first Hoops game. What were your favorite events? And then I like to think about who are the best athletes that we've seen in the last 50 years, both from a female and a male perspective. And finally, tell me who your favorite team is and what they accomplished over the last 50 years. I look forward to hearing from you on your favorite sports memories.
A sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make your community a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Bowling is a great time that combines great friends, football, and bowling. Compete against your friends or family, throwing a football at 10 real bowling pins. You can bring in your own food, or they have a pair of 45-foot bars featuring soft drinks and adult beverages. Visit foldingwarehouse.com, Grand Rapids, to reserve your lanes.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Welcome back, everyone, to Hackley Stadium. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timber with you. And CT, we've made our way through the national anthem already. Very fast-moving. Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show, and we are just about ready to go here from historic Hackley Stadium. As we said, such an incredible rivalry, but at the core of things tonight, Chandler, a game that's part of the Great American Rivalry Series, is the OK Green and the battle that's going on there. Mona Shores on the road. They, with a win, can take the outright OK Green conference title. They're unbeaten on the year in the OK Green. Muskegon, though, looking to earn a share themselves. Union West will throw their way in there as well. You have kind of a triangle at the top of losses. But this game, we talked about in our little pregame segment we played, the thing that makes this game so critical, such similar systems, such familiarity between both sides, it is always such a big part of what happens here today. Mona Shores won the toss. They elected to defer the option to the second half, and they'll get ready to send it away. It's traveling white uniforms, light blue helmets and numbers for the Sailors of Mona Shores, and at home tonight on this beautiful new turf surface that they've got in the last couple years for Muskegon. The Big Reds have their home red uniforms, numbers in white, helmets in a chrome red with dual white stripes down the center and the Muskegon M. The pants are in a steel gray, left to right across your radio dial. Mona Shores will get ready to send this one away in just a moment. Caden Pulaski, the senior, wearing number 12 for Mona Shores, with the ball on the tee, and we are just about ready to go. Pulaski, right leg through the ball, low driving, twisting kick will bounce its way out of the back of the Big Reds end zone, and Muskegon will start up their offense for the first time in this one. Lakeshore Sewing features West Michigan's largest selection of all things related to sewing, from new machines and machine repair to supplies and even classes to take your sewing game to the next level. Visit lakeshoresewing.com for more details. That's lakeshoresewing.com. And make sure to mention to Brian Collins that you heard about Lakeshore Sewing while listening to Michigan Sports Radio. So the Muskegon offense will get ready to get going. Junior quarterback Mackay Guy will run the offense. Jakob Price behind him out of the pistol. The ski gun formation that was initially popularized by Tony Anise here at Muskegon. We'll get ready to go to work out of a 3-wide receiver set. The tailback Price puts his right hand in the ground. 3 on the front line for the defense. It's tight pistol formation. Give to Price up the gut. Broke one tackle and shoves his way over the 25-yard line before, for the first time today, coming in from the secondary. Brandon Bankard, the senior strong safety, will make the tackle for Mona Shores, and that is going to be the battle all game long, Chandler. They run the same offensive systems, similar defensive systems. There's a lot of familiarity, and we talk about the explosiveness of these teams, of course, but it's going to be a grinding football game.
Yeah, it really is. When you've got two teams that know each other because they run the same system, but also because they're rivals, who's going to be able to mix it up enough and get their playmakers involved here. Nice burst there on first down to pick up 5.
Guy again from the pistol, puts a receiver in motion right to left, give to Price, penalty marker down, and it's a false start, and it's coming back the other way. It was a 2nd and 4, so now it'll turn into a 2nd and 9 for the Big Reds. Mackay Guy, junior, 5'9", 155 Chandler, hyper quick, hyper athletic, and works with a sub 4'5" guy behind him in Jakob Price. They're such a tough backfield. They got some size and some speed outside as well. You throw Destin Piggy, one of the slot backs in, they'll rotate deep. This is an explosive offense. By the way, they also go like 300 pounds all the way across this front line to get the call in here from head coach Shane Fairfield. Head coach Matt Koziak runs the bench for Mona Shores. All right, they'll break one more time back to their own 21-yard line, 2nd down and 9, 11:03. They go short shotgun formation, left to right. In motion goes C.J. Ivey. They fake it to him, throw it left flat, caught at the 16-yard line, and blown up right away is Jakob Price. A trio of sailors all around him. It's 3rd and long with 10:50 and less in this first quarter and first drive for Muskegon.
And they run the fake handoff going to the right and then dump it off on the flat to Price, but Farnham there able to clean it up. Nice tackle in the open field before Price could even turn and try to do something with the football.
Both Kawan and Demir Farnham. It's Demir that acts as that outside linebacker. Kawan is one of the corners. As Guy, wearing number 3 in red, gets the new signal in. They'll spread him 4 wide out of the short shotgun. Price goes sidecar to the left hip for a 3rd and 12 from their own 17-yard line. Snap to Mackay Guy. He'll drop to pass. Has some time. Now he's going to stutter step as the pocket collapses, and he's tugged down in the backfield trying to avoid the whole way. 4 more of the front line of Mona Shores. Gain tackles him inside the 10-yard line. It's a big loss, and we're going to see the punt unit come out for Muskegon. A whole bunch of pressure in the backfield. Great initial penetration, and down he goes.
Tremendous pursuit by the defensive line. There really wasn't an initial one-on-one win along that defensive line. They just did not over-pursue. Kept Guy inside the pocket. He was trying to get out so bad, trying to find anywhere to try to scramble and do something with his legs, but they were able to keep him inside and eventually drag him down.
Adrian Ramos-Vasquez stands in the middle of his end zone and gets a high snap that he gets off, and this may have been a tip punt because it's very short. It goes straight down at the 20-yard line. May have hit one of the Mona Shores up men when it did so. Muskegon falls on it. We'll have to wait for the signal. I think it's going to be Muskegon football. And it is. The officials are going to talk more, CT, but an awkward play, maybe tipped at the line of scrimmage. High tumbling punt goes maybe 15 yards ahead to the 15, 20-yard line. I believe one of the up men out there initially touched that ball for Mona Shores. I think it was Brayton Conrad that maybe just tipped a piece of it, and then a whole bunch of red uniforms engulfed the football. All the officials are discussing this one. I think it's going to be Muskegon football, though. We'll have to see.
Yeah, very difficult play there for Mona Shores, as you're not expecting the football to be hitting you there. He was only 5 or 10 yards from the line of scrimmage after the ball got deflected, so trying to set up the punt coverage there, not expecting to get hit with the football. That's something you practice, as you're deeper, closer to the punt returner. Not really expecting the ball to be there, and Muskegon fortunate to jump on it.
It is Muskegon football officially, so they will get to go back to work inside their own 10-yard line, however, they'll mark it now ahead to the 11-yard line. So from their own 11-yard line, 1st and 10 with 9.5 to go. Call coming in to Mackay Guy, who gets his offense set. They'll go out of a 4-wide receiver set right here. The tailback remains Jakob Price. He'll put his right hand in the dirt out of the pistol. Snap to Guy. Give to Price, straight up the gut, ran right in the line of scrimmage and got twisted down immediately with nowhere to go. It's the big sophomore Jamari Taylor right in the middle of things to make the tackle for Mona Shores. It's 2nd and 10 right back at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, very similar play to the first play from scrimmage they ran there. Price able to get 6 on the first carry. That time the inside of the Shores defensive line able to collapse and shut him down before he was ever able to make it through.
New call coming in from Coach Fairfield on the sideline for Muskegon. They actually will give him 2 yards up to the 13-yard line, so 2nd and 8 is the official mark. They go short shotgun, tailback to the left hip, 3-wide receiver set with a wing back off the left side. Right to left, put a slap back in motion. Gave it to Price, cuts his way outside the right side, slipped away from the tackle, over the 20, and backs down to the 24-yard line where 4 sailors engulfed him, and that will be just enough to move the chains. 1st down, Muskegon. Good, tough run from Jakob Price right there to get what he needed up to the 29-yard line.
Such a quick step there. A couple different times just shifting, changing directions on a dime, making a one cut and past a couple defenders.
Sorry, 24-yard line. Go back, short shotgun, wing back off the left side. Delayed give to Price again. He'll jump stop right side to the 25-minute stiff arm. Right sideline 30 and gets twisted out of bounds to the 32-yard line. Gets 7 or 8 on first down. Right now, Jakob Price carrying the mail. A guy with a sub 4.5 40. He plays there. 2nd and 3 from the 31-yard line. Ball to the right hash mark on their own side of the field for Muskegon. 7:44 and less to go in the first. High snap, give on the end around to Destin Piggy. Stutter step at the 30, looking to cut it up. Made a man miss over the 35-yard line and charges down to the 37 where Hayden Terpstra and Moore all shove him backwards. The ball then came free at the end of the play, squirting out. Looks like he will be deemed to have just been down, and Destin Piggy will pick up the first down. So we see Piggy, the other really, really dangerous slot man for Muskegon, get his first touch of the game, and he will move the chains here up to the 39-yard line, and they'll work quickly here. Back to a 3 wide receiver set, short shotgun, tailback to the right hip of Guy, high snap to Guy, fake give, he'll keep it up the gut and gets twisted down in the backfield with absolutely nowhere to go. It was Brandon Bankard, the safety, coming in off the edge and shutting down the run in the backfield.
Guy keeping it on the option that time there for the Shore's defensive line, not falling for the fake, not going for the running back there, and instead keying in on Guy and able to wrap him up.
They'll give him 1 yard up to the 40-yard line. 2nd and 10 from the pistol. They go back to work. Very tight pistol formation. The quarterback just about 1.5 yards back. Give to Price up the gut. Faked. Mackay Guy keeps it. Bouncing off a tackle. He'll back over the 50-yard line and force his way down to the 48 and plus territory. That's a first down. The tackle made by Demir Farnham. But Mackay Guy, a nice long delayed keeper, able to keep it, get the first down, get into enemy territory, and move the chains for the Big Reds.
Yeah, well executed on the fake that time. Kept it in the chest of Price. For a couple seconds, it felt like there were very difficult for the defense to get a read on the football.
Going right side to Ivy. Started, blows him up at the line of scrimmage, maybe just a yard past. It'll be 2nd down and long for Muskegon. 6:15 and less to go in a scoreless first quarter. Meeting of officials, flag thrown back along the original line of scrimmage. We'll see if it negates that gain of 22 otherwise for the Big Reds right here. Right now, 5:49 to go. Long meeting of official again, as now we'll have 3 of them. We've had a couple of these already, Chandler.
Yeah, flag thrown on the far side of the field, away from the action, away from where the little screen pass went, or the pass to the flat.
No foul on the play, so they'll pick that one on up, and it'll be a first down up to the 25-yard line for Muskegon. So after they were gifted a continuation to this drive on that muffed punt for Mona Shores, they'll keep it going. 5:49 to go, and a 1st and 10 up to the Mona Shores 25-yard line. Left hash mark, the home red uniforms for the Big Reds driving. 4 wide receiver set from the pistol. Jakob Price in the backfield behind Mackay Guy. 3 down front for Mona Shores. Give to Price, up the gut, shut down right away. Big hit right in the middle of the defense. It's the big guy, Luke Emmons, 350 pounds, laying out the 5'7" tailback at the line of scrimmage. He'll get a yard, falling on ahead inside the 25-yard line.
That's one way to stop the elusive running back right there. Just a big hit right in the hole. Never able to get past him.
Muskegon ball just inside the left hash mark. They'll stay 4 receiver set for junior quarterback Mackay Guy. The tailback Price offset to his left hip. 5.5 to go. Right to left, slot back, Piggy in motion. They'll fake it to him. Looking to throw. Guy fires deep right side, overthrown, and that one is over the wall and into the street. If you've ever been to Hackley Stadium on the far side, there, of course, are not any stands. You go straight onto the street. The intended target went crashing. That was Dakarion Taylor, went crashing into the wall, the big brick wall as well on the sideline, as Guy was off the mark, and now they'll have 3rd and 8 from the Mona Shores 23-yard line, coming up with 5:24 on the first half clock. Still scoreless here in this OK Green rivalry.
Yeah, the further that throw drifted, the
wing back on the right side. They go 3 receiver set on 3rd and 8. Here's a give, sweeping left side. Jakob Price trying to cut it up at the 20, met by 4 white jerseys. Shut down right there at the little bit of kind of the shades of Brady Rose, the guy that came in, plays safety, bigger role on offense as well in the middle of the year. That's really, really stepped into things. So it's now 4th down for Muskegon, deep inside the 20-yard line. It'll be 4th and 5. Actually, the mark will be right at the 20-yard line. So deep in enemy territory, 5:15 less to go. It looks like Coach Fairfield is going to go for it right here.
Definitely leaving the offense out there after running the ball on 3rd down. leaves them with a 4th and 5. They've been running the ball pretty effectively so they can stay on the ground, but also have an able passing game as well.
Windy but beautiful night here. 3 receivers set, short shotgun, high snap to Guy, fake give. He'll roll right, looking to pass, has pressure, thrown off the back foot, caught 15-yard line. First down, Muskegon. Right on the marker, Thaddeus Parker hauls it in and moves the chains. They got the number they needed, and Muskegon keeps the drive alive.
Yeah, Parker was open as he was coming across the field, just dragging all the way across. It was just a matter of if Guy could get the ball to him. He had a little pressure in his face off the end of the defensive line, but able to float it over and get it to his guy.
From the 14-yard line, 1st and 10 for Muskegon. Right hash mark. They'll put 2 receivers right. Austin Piggy outside the numbers at the 15. Made the shot back right at the yard line. He'll have a 2nd and goal from the 1. It looked like Price is going to get in, and now a very, very late flag comes in as well. See,
Shore's fighting to try to keep him out. See if there's a penalty thrown from there.
All right, so 2nd and goal from the 1. We'll have to wait on this penalty mark. Clock off right now. And we've got offsetting fouls against the 2 teams for personal fouls there in the shoving match that we had down low at the end of that play. So 2nd and goal from the 1, and I think the game plan probably remains similar. Jakob Price let him bowling ball his way into the end zone right. They'll look to go for it again. Short shotgun formation. Mackay Guy. He'll take it himself. Straight up the gut. Lowers the head into the end zone. Touchdown, Muskegon.
Lucky bounce there on the punt and getting a second chance at it. A fantastic drive from the Big Reds. Marching down the field, running the ball very effectively. Continue.
Adrian Ramos Vasquez will look to add the extra point. It'll be Jakob Price to hold here with 3:05 in the first. 6-0 Muskegon. Snap down, held by Price, and it's blocked. Off the edge, Hayden Terpstra lays out, 2 hands on the football, and it remains 6-0 with 3:05 in the first. Are you looking to get your kids active this winter? Michigan Sports Academies has something for everyone, from national level travel teams to weekly clinics. Programming is available for volleyball, basketball, soccer, and lacrosse in Grand Rapids, and now on the Lakeshore in Holland and Muskegon. Visit MichiganSportsAcademies.com for more information and make sure to register today. The Family Fare Tailgate Special of the Week. This week is ribeye steaks that are just $10.97 a pound. For all the specials, go online to shopfamilyfare.com. Who is the top West Michigan male athlete you have watched perform for a West Michigan team or individually in the last 50 years? Go to grshof.com and let us know. Well, I did Brady Rose a game before at Mona Shores. I did Cam Martinez a game at Muskegon, and I think they certainly would be right up there in my personal vote. But 3:05 to go, 6-0. We'll see what sort of impact that 6-0 score has, but so impressive, Chandler, the way that Muskegon just drove down the field, grinded it down. You know, they take all but 3 minutes off this first quarter clock.
Yeah, great drive. I mean, not only punching in the end zone, but keeping Mona Shore's offense off the field as well, not giving them a chance to even possess the football till almost the end of the first quarter.
All right, so for the first time, Ramos Vasquez will get to send one away right here to a pair of deep men back to receive for Mona Shores, including Kawan Farnham. That is the deepest offset. Short pooch kick will be gathered in at the 19-yard line off the roll. Stutter step made by Jaylen Vinton. Angles left at the 30, 35-yard line. Vinton has a block at the 40, over the 50, left sideline 40, and Vinton twisted down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. The Ferris state-bound dangerous receiver touches the ball for the first time and nearly had a chance to bring that one on back. A slow developing play, but he picked up speed the whole way, and it's plus territory starting position for Jonathan Pittman, the sophomore quarterback, in this Mona Shores offense.
Yeah, that's one way to make a statement as you get your offense on the field for the first time. I don't think that was an intentional pooch kick. It looked like the kicker just kind of slipped as he was going for it. Kind of awkward there, but Vinton able to make something happen.
One sailor is down behind the play. That gives us a chance to, of course, thank the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency as well as Centennial Securities. They are our presenting sponsors here at Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. If you're new to us, of course, formerly MichiganGameNight.com. You still can find us at MichiganGameNight.com. Myself, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, your broadcast team, and we do a lot of different content. Thanks to everyone new that may be tuning in from the Muskegon area for this game tonight. Primarily, we're focused in with the Grandville Bulldogs and some other Hudsonville and Grandville area teams. We were with Unity Christian all the way to the championship last year, and plenty more, of course, that we've also done in the winter. So make sure you follow us online at MI Game Night on Facebook and Twitter. You can check us out on YouTube as well. And, of course, also make sure you check out Michigan Sports Radio, where there is so much going on in terms of content on game day, not just a live broadcast, but so much more as well. And a potentially interesting injury or big injury right there. That's Octavio Alvarado. So Andrew Baker already out, one of their defensive ends. Now one of the other defensive ends that filled in for him, Octavio Alvarado, injured for Mona Shores. He'll get some help off the field as the Sailors will get ready to go to work. Looks like the ball moved back a little bit just inside Muskegon territory to the 48-yard line, where it's going to be deemed that Vinton first stepped out of bounds. And Jonathan Pittman, this big sophomore quarterback, gets ready to go to work. They go 3-receiver set. Vinton gives it to Demir Farnham, turning outside the numbers, and he's forced out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. A big tackle made by Julian Neely, the senior strong safety, but a penalty marker came out right along with the tackle as well.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been a face mask. Farnham, as Demir Farnham tried to get around the outside, I think the defender got the hand up to the face area there.
And it is, that's a 15-yard face mask, and it will now give even better from already good field position for Mona Shores as they get ready to continue this drive right here. So again, Jonathan Pittman, sophomore, 6'1", 205, a guy that has all of the raw tools you could ask for to be one of the best quarterbacks that Coach Koziak may see in his time right here. They'll go to work out of a 4-receiver set this time with the ball on the left hash mark. They're up to the Muskegon 34-yard line. 6-0 Big Reds with 6:44 in the first quarter. Short shotgun, snap to Pittman, give to Demir Farnham, fake. Pittman back to pass, fires deep over the middle, looking for the end zone, just out of the reach of Kawan Farnham on the post route. Good coverage on him from the safety, Neely. 2nd and 10, but they take a shot right after the penalty, and they nearly get Farnham streaking to the Big Reds end zone.
Yeah, tremendous field position coming out right away, taking a shot down the field. The ball thrown in a pretty good spot, but Neely able to make a play on the ball. He was behind the receiver, but sees the ball in the air, able to reach in at the last second and cause a deflection.
Ton of great games on Michigan Sports Radio. West Catholic Unity Christian, I just saw that's 8-0 Unity Christian. Of course, Caledonia Rockford also on our network tonight. Back to a 4-receiver set right here. To the gun, Pittman, give to Farnham. He was shut down right away in the backfield. Nowhere to go. Chris Jones, the junior, busted in off the edge, shut him down. It's a loss of a yard. Back outside the 35-yard line, and now it's 3rd and long. So they took a shot, and now they have 3rd and 11 from the 35 to figure out right here.
Yeah. Nice play from the Big Reds to get in the backfield there as Pittman and Farnham were still exchanging the ball, able to get in there and make the tackle.
Long look to the sideline, and Coach Kozak, so easy to spot him. He's got the tie, white shirt with the Mona Shores tie that he wears and the patented ball cap as well. They go back to work, 4-receiver set, 3rd and 11 from the Muskegon 35-yard line. Terpstra right to left in motion. They'll give it to him on the end around. Over the 30, Terpstra, explosive run, past the 25-yard line, shoved out of bounds, got the first down. End around sweep to Hayden Terpstra, the junior slot back, and that moves the chains. Maybe not the play call you expected them to dial up there, but it works out to the speedy, shifty slot man.
I think the Muskegon defense definitely expecting more pass that time. Instead, Mona Shores goes back to the run game, the end around, able to get around and pick up the first down right there. I think a run call on 3rd and long like that, you're setting up, try to go for it on 4th and medium. Instead, they get it all in one chunk.
1st and 10 from the 23. Mona Shores offense averaging just shy of 47 points per game from the gun. Give left side. Demir Farnham cuts it up over the 25 and dives down. Or over the 20 and dives down to around the 17-yard line into the tackling pile. Good first down carry. Interesting to see the strategies and what we've seen. Mona Shores attacking outside the tackles a little bit on the run game, a little bit more of the sweeps, while we've seen behind that big offensive line a lot of speed. Muskegon just has run it right down their throat so far in this one. 2nd down coming up for Mona Shores here from the 18-yard line is the mark. That makes it 2nd and 5. We go already inside 1 minute in the first quarter. 6-0 Muskegon. Trips left side of the ball on the left side of the field. Give to Demir Farnham. Cuts it up over the 10. Has some speed. Broke a tackle. 5. Races into the end zone. Touchdown, Mona Shores. Demir Farnham into the end zone. 42 seconds to go first quarter. We're tied at 6. And the XP can give Mona Shores their first lead of this rivalry battle.
Demir Farnham able to bounce it off around left tackle. Able to make a couple cuts. He had already picked up a first down, but a nice cut in the secondary to get past the defender. Tie this game up here with a chance to go ahead.
All right, Terpstra to hold. Caden Pulaski, the senior, looking to add the extra point. Mona Shores always goes swinging gate on their formation before they kick the extra point. They'll do that here once more. So 42 seconds on the clock. Both teams just get one possession, we'll say, in that first quarter of play so far. We'll see Muskegon get a little bit more time right before the end as they close that gate, and it'll now be Pulaski looking to add the extra point right here. Snap down to Terpstra, right leg through the ball, kind of short-legged it and twists its way through the upright, so Mona Shores takes their first lead of the contest. 7-6, Sailors over the Big Reds. We'll be right back here from Hackley Stadium.
The sinister cries haunted Mary through the night. Dawn neared, and still the voice tormented her. She ran towards the safety of her car, flung open the door, and a coyote had somehow gotten locked inside. But the damaged interior was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool, August 1st, 2015. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer and Chandler Timmer with you here. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio. 7-6. Mona Shores over Muskegon. Couple impressive offensive drives open this one up. Chandler, as Mona Shores able to quickly, compared to especially the first drive of the game, march their way down the field. Now left to right. Caden Pulaski will get ready to send this one on down to Destin Piggy, who stands right at his goal line in the middle of the field. Traveling white uniforms for Mona Shores. Home Reds for the Big Reds of Muskegon at beautiful, historic Hackley Stadium. What an incredible Week 9 atmosphere for football. Pulaski sends it away 3 yards deep, twisting into the end zone. And once again from the 20-yard line, Mackay Guy. And this Muskegon offense will get ready to go to work. Scored, well, fairly easily on their second attempt, I guess we'll call it, on that first drive after they were shut down. They got it back after a muffed punt, drove the distance, and they just chunked their way down the field of 42 seconds to close out the first quarter. On this drive right here is the small backfield. You know, you got 5'9", Mackay Guy, 5'7", Jakob Price, but man, they pack a punch.
Yeah, definitely got the running game going on their second chance, and they needed it the first time. A couple short runs, a penalty, and a sack, and then from there, just full speed ahead, able to really gash the running game.
From their own 24 wide receiver set, Guy fakes the snap, went to the hard count, now gets a new call in from the sideline. 4 wide receiver look. Now he'll put it into the pistol. Price goes behind him. Right to left in motion goes Piggy. High snap was fumbled. Gathered out of the air by Mackay Guy. Runs it straight up the gut. Over the 30. Down to the 35-yard line. He's tackled by Terpstra. First down, Muskegon. That could not have been any more broken of a play, and it couldn't have worked out any better for the Big Reds.
Yeah, Guy just able to one hand knock the snap back to himself, gets it, and then just trying to find anything in the middle of the line and get some yardage, able to get a nice gain on first down.
The choppiness of his stride, how he's able to quickly burst through the hole. 7-6 Mona Shores. We go inside 15 seconds in the first quarter. Let's see if the Big Reds are looking to run another play or not here. They're up to their own 35-yard line, and they are certainly taking their time and maybe willing to just let that clock run down here for Coach Fairfield and company. Final 3 seconds off. That's exactly what they're doing. After one, it's looking like the classic we expected. Mona Shores 7, Muskegon 6. We'll be right back here from Hackley Stadium.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
For over 60 years, Earhart Construction has successfully built some of the most well-known structures and facilities across the West Michigan landscape. Providing a distinctive construction experience for our clients has been Earhart's priority since the beginning, and it continues to be their primary focus today. We can't wait to make your next commercial or residential project a reality. Contact us today by visiting earhartcc.com.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here at historic Hackley Stadium. 12 minutes fresh on the board for the second quarter of this one here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Muskegon the football. They trail 7-6 after the first. Both teams found the end zone once with kind of grinding drives down the field. Demir Farnham got in the end zone for Mona Shores. Mackay Guy forced his way in for the Big Reds, who have a 1st and 10 from their own 35 coming up. Ball in between the hash marks right here. They now drive left to right. Across your radio dial, just head towards that big facility is right here. They go 3 wide receiver set, single tailback. They fake it to him, triple option. It's going to be Mackay guy pitching it over the 40 to Destin Piggy. He'll race on an angle out of bounds to the 45-yard line. That'll be just shy of the first down. Slow developing triple option play. They put Price from the slot in motion, faked it to him, and then eventually pitch it on the triple option to Destin. Move the chains up to their own 45. 11:54, and Price to the left hip of Guy. They'll give it to him on the leap, trying to follow blockers. Here is Jakob Price over the 45, ran into a hard tackle, goes straight down. Demir Farnham level goes down, and that'll give some free yardage to the defense. Coach Fairfield saying no, he fell on his own. That's a bit of a flop, but it is going to be free yardage to the defense on this one, it would appear, as the officials will have a discussion at the 50. Coach Fairfield very, very animated on the Muskegon sideline.
Yeah, a couple guys going at it on the outside there, really away from the play. It's hard to see how hard the shove actually was. Definitely saw him.
You're going to think that was Javon Gilbert. Some boos from the Hackley faithful. I was going to say on the home side, but everyone sits on the big side, on the same big side here at this historic stadium, 1920s, I believe, originally built stadium, just so unique. There is nothing quite like Hackley Stadium. Even where we're sitting here in the press box, we're sitting on just a bench right here along on our section of the media row here in this big two-tier press box as well. It's just a unique place to be, and it's 2nd and 23 for Muskegon. They trail 7-6 with 11.5 and less to go in the first quarter. They go very short shotgun right behind the quarterback out of the I formation. Give Jakob Price ahead of the 34-yard line. He's shut down by big Luke Emmons right there, a yard shy of the 35, and it'll be 3rd down and long. That's a unique formation right there. Essentially, it's an I form, except for the quarterback is half a yard back from the center.
Yeah, it almost seems like that'd be very difficult where even in
kids don't. Substitution foul against Muskegon. So a 5-yard penalty will turn 3rd and 21 into 3rd and 26 here. With 10 couple penalties, turn away what was a very positive-looking drive and now turn it into 3rd and 26 here from their own 29-yard line. 10:50 and less to go, second quarter, 7-6. The Mona Shores lead. 4 receiver set, short gun. Snap here to Guy. Back to pass. Has some time. Staring downfield. Pump fakes. Fires deep right side. Intercepted. It's Kawan Farnham at the 39-yard line. He'll run across the field at the 40. Angling outside the numbers. Chased by Destin Piggy to the 48-yard line. He'll run out of bounds. A well-overthrown ball looking for C.J. Ivey. Intercepted by Kawan Farnham. And it's Mona Shores football. Will start at their own 48-yard line on the right hash mark. They lead at 7-6 with 10.5 to go in the first. From the gun, the sophomore Pitt making that tackle was Adrian Rankin, the sophomore inside linebacker on the stop, and they'll be right back where they started at their own 48-yard line, 2nd and 10. Pittman looking to the sideline, traveling white uniforms here for Mona Shores. Those baby blue helmets that you know so well for these two, such classic helmets, classic. Farnham cuts it up over the 50. He's got it at the 45, diving down to the shoestring tackle from behind to the 41-yard line. They'll move the chains by 1 yard. Thaddeus Parker, the outside linebacker on the tackle, but they got it by the yard they needed. And again, it's just tough runs for Mona Shores that have been converting 3rd and longs in this one right now. They haven't had to go to the pass game when they're just getting 8 and 10 yards at a time on the ground on those plays.
Yeah, they've stayed committed to the run game, even on 3rd and long, as you said, where 3rd and behind the chains, they run the football, pick it up. That time 3rd and 8 again. Stick with it and get it by a yard. 3rd
receiver set from the 41. Delayed give on to Farnham. Angles left side, slips and goes right down at the line of scrimmage, trying to turn it around the left corner. It'll be 2nd and 10 right back at the Muskegon. Wide receiver all alone, isolated to the left. 2 receivers right. Bankert is the wingback off the right side of the line. Short shotgun formation. Muskegon brings 3 down linemen and shows some pressure. Snap to Pittman. Fired right slot on the screen. Caught over the 40-yard line by Terpstra. He'll push a tackling pile over the 35 and got leveled down to the 33-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and short for the Sailors here after the screen to Terpstra, who's found some good, tough yardage in this game early for Coach Koziak.
Yeah, easy throw to the outside. Just get the ball into Terpstra's hands. Let him try to make a play with the football. Makes a couple guys miss. Makes this now a 3rd and very manageable.
It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 34-yard line into Muskegon territory. 7.5 to go in a fast-moving second quarter of this one. 7-6 Mona Shores. They work from the short pistol formation. With a hand in the dirt is the tailback Farnham. Pittman trying to get Muskegon to jump offside. He pointed that way as they had a man in the neutral zone, but don't get the call. He'll look back to the sideline and get a new call after the hard count. 7:17 and less. Clock running down second quarter. Mona Shores call from Pittman, and now Coach Koziak will be forced to call a timeout. Mona Shores by 1. We'll be right back.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and acenter.com.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
Welcome back to Hackley. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Mona Shores by 1 over Muskegon, 7-6 with 7:05 in the second quarter. It's a 3rd and 3 for the Sailors right here as they get ready to go to work in plus territory. Defense crowding in against kind of a packed formation. Short shotgun. Snap to Pittman. Give Farnham up the gut, twisting and pushing on ahead. He's shut down right at the line to gain. I think they're going to have him a half yard short, it looks. There was a big tackling presence right in the middle of that defense from safety, and he's going to 7-yard line. Not the prettiest play, but Mona Shores moves the chains and gets the yardage they need, and they get inside the Muskegon 30 with 6.5 in the first half.
Shown the ability to affect in the run game for this offense. Very big-bodied runner and a power option for the Shores team.
Demir Farnham stutters step and a jump stop inside the 30 and runs into a pile at the 26 and pushes the pile down to the 25-yard line. And we've got some booing as well at the end of it as the movement is stopped forward. He'll get the 25 on the forward progress mark and a gain of 3.
I think the Big Reds and the Muskegon fans looking for a penalty as there was some blocking down the field, looking for unsportsmanlike during the play. So no flag thrown.
Side of the line, they'll give it to him. That's Bankert on the end around. Big speed, and he breaks through a tackle over the 20 down to the 19-yard line. He'll be 1 yard short of the first down, and it's 3rd and him utilized as that H-back or wing-back off the end of the line and gets used down the end-around sweep right there, though. Mark him down with the knees back at the 20. Pittman leans, gets the snap behind. First down, Mona Shores moves the
gains. You just got to find a way to get him involved in your offense. He's just too special of a talent, and they do. A couple carries on this drive, that one going for 16 yards and a touchdown.
Comes in, so to add that XP right here. Brandon Banker turning the corner, racing into the end zone. He's turned into such a playmaker for Shores down the stretch. It's those kind of guys that have made a difference for Coach Koziak's teams in the past, and he may be the next one to be the storyline on a deep run for this Mona Shores team. Pulaski, short legs, right leg through the ball. It may have gotten tipped, and it just able to twist its way through the left, upright and good. 14-6 Mona Shores. We'll be right back here late in the second from Hackley.
Future. So take it and move all of us forward.
And welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here from Muskegon. 4:07 to go, second quarter. And right to left after adding the extra point, Caden Pulaski will get ready to send this one away for the Sailors. Destin Piggy stands short at his own 15-yard line here, maybe anticipating a pooch kick or a bit of a chopper coming up here from Pulaski. Number 12 in white strides forward, right leg through the ball, and he'll send this one high and twisting right up the middle of the field. It will then take a angle against the wind at the 15-yard line, bounce straight out of bounds. The penalty marker comes out, and it'll be good field position. That's the story, by the way. When you're kicking right to left across your radio dial here, you are straight into a really stiff wind at Hackley, and that ball kind of balloons, I think, a little bit on Pulaski, and because of it, it's going to be good field position coming up for the Big Reds who need it right here. 4:07 to go. Their offense was grinding Chandler on their first scoring drive of the game. They don't quite have that sort of time, and they really would like a score here before halftime. if they're going to be able to get something going. Remember, Mona Shores does get the ball to start the second half. So Mackay Guy and company get ready to go to work from their own 35-yard line. 4:07 to go, second quarter. 14-6 the Mona Shores lead. Guy from the short pistol formation. 4 wide receiver set, Price the tailback. 4 down lineman. In motion went Piggy. They'll give it to the back of the gut, and right away shut down with nowhere to go is Jakob Price. Trent Rosenthal, the middle linebacker, shoving him down right 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and 8 from the 37 with 3:55 in the second.
Yeah, fantastic play from Rosenthal, able to jump up there into the A gap and make that tackle. Price didn't have time to make a move. When there's so much congestion there in the middle of the field, able to bring him down, and the Sailors defense responding after that long touchdown drive.
2nd and 8 from the 37, 4 receiver set. Piggy in motion right to left, they'll fake it to him. Guy will keep right side. Outside the numbers at the 40, spun and twisted out of bounds into his own sideline by Jaylen Vinton to the 41-yard line. It'll be 3rd and short for the Big Reds after that carry. 3.5 to go in the second quarter, 14-6, as we see Vinton hauling down the shifty quarterback right there, and it'll be 3rd down and 4 from the 41. Right hash mark, just down their own side of the field for the Big Reds here, trailing 14-6, 3.5 to go. Long calling from the sideline from Coach Fairfield and company. Guy steps into the pistol. They go 3 receiver set with a wing back, Thaddeus Parker off the right side of the line, the tailback Jakob Price. Here's the snap, running straight right over the 40. Mackay Guy angles out of bounds into a tackling pile at the 44-yard line. That is 1 yard short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th and 1 for the Big Reds on their own side of the field right here as Jakob Price got pulled. Late mark was going to give him the 45. On one side of the field, the official saying move the chains. The other is saying not quite. Now they will move the chains. So they will give Guy the 45-yard line, and that will, on the nose, just on the nose, move the chains for the Big Reds. 3:23 to go in the second quarter. 14-6 Mona Shores, and Muskegon looking to go to work quickly here. Out of the pistol formation. This is the traditional pistol veer look with 2 slot backs, 2 receivers. Piggy rolls in motion, snap to Guy, a whole bunch of confusion on a broken play. He'll pitch it back to the 40-yard line to C.J. Ivey, twists up the middle of the field at the 50, jumps past a man inside the 50 to the 49-yard line. Somehow, as a broken of a play, as you'll see all night, turns into 6 yards for the Big Reds as they go inside 3:05 to go, however, but they do get into plus territory.
Yeah, I don't think that was by design, but it almost worked as a counter play that time.
Right.
It looked like Guy got turned around in the backfield and started going the wrong direction, realized it, quick turned around, able to still get the pitch off to Ivy.
They go back to work out of a 3 receiver set from the pistol here. Mackay Guy with Jakob Price behind him with the right hand in the dirt. 2nd and 4 from the 49-yard line. Give to Price. Big speed right up the gut. Got the first down over the 45. Right at the 45-yard line where the tackling pile shoved him backwards. So that'll move the chains into enemy territory for the Big Reds. 2:40 to go. Coach Fairfield's offense has to stay moving here, down 14-6 in the waning moments of the second quarter.
And do still have multiple timeouts remaining for the Big Reds, so now on their own side, the plus side of the 50 here, have some time to try to still run the football and call some timeouts if you want, or you can take a shot down the field and try to strike right away.
1st and 10 from the 44. Destin Piggy, end around jet sweep left side, cuts it up at the 45, jumps over a man inside the 40, wrestling his way down over the 35 to the 34. He'll move the chains on the number. On the outside, Kawan Farnham helped bring him down. What a run. Actually, they are going to mark him just short. I lied. They will mark him right at the 35-yard line. He gets only 9 of the yards he needed. What a carry, though, by Destin Piggy, jumping over a down defender and getting his way inside 1 yard for the first down. 2nd and 1, the mark is the 36-yard line here. Short pistol formation. Snap to Guy. It was kind of an awkward snap. Gave it to a speeding Jakob Price. Broke away from one man. Stands. Twists back ahead inside the 30. He's got the first down into the tackling pile to the 27-yard line. What a tough run right there by Jakob Price. We go 1:42 and less to go second quarter. 14-6. Mona Shores, but Muskegon driving on the tough legs right there of Jakob Price.
Yeah, Price is going to be so difficult to try to contain him when he lines up deep in the pistol like that. He gets a full running start as he gets the handoff and tries to break through the line of scrimmage. With that, so much agility in the backfield, it's going to be tough for the Sailors defense to try to stop that.
Inside a minute and a half, surprised we haven't seen a timeout. There was some miscommunication for Muskegon. 1st and 10 from the 27. High snap to Guy. Delayed give to Price. Cuts it outside the right. Tacklers inside the 25. Twists away from a defender inside the 20 and dives down to the 15-yard line and spins to the 14 on the mark. First down for Muskegon. Brandon Bankert is a little beat up at the end of that play. Muskegon calls it timeout. There's also a Big Red that's down on the field and beat up at the end of the play as well, as guys are down all over the place at the end of that. I think it's actually Jakob Price that's down, I believe, at the end of the play. No, Price is standing over top of the injured Big Red as well, but both teams back to their sidelines right here on the timeout. 1:09 to go, second quarter, 14-6. Muskegon leading Mona Shores, of course, thanks to the Scott Bates Farms Insurance Agency. You will hear from more of them coming up at our halftime show, as well as Centennial Securities, which is our presenting sponsor of the halftime show and of our Player of the Game award. Of course, our Lakeshore Sewing Threading the Needle play of the game also up for grabs. And Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, the injury, by the way, is Destin Piggy, who's off the field under his own power. But CT, kind of a grinding drive. Finally, the first timeout taken by Muskegon. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining right here, but 1:09, and a changing nature of this game. I think you want to keep pace right here if you're the Big Reds.
Yeah, nice response and start to this drive for the Big Reds so far. They're getting themselves for halftime and get themselves back to a neutral game script.
All right, Hackley Stadium, home red uniforms for the Big Reds. Helmets in chrome red, the white Muskegon block M on the helmets. Pants are on a steel gray. Traveling white trousers and where I come with that word. Trousers and uniform for Mona Shores. Numbers in light blue along with the helmet in light blue with the Mona Shores logo on either side. First and 10, 14-yard line for the Big Reds. They trail 14-6 with 1:09 of the second quarter, and Mackay Guy gets ready to go to work. 3 wide receiver set, wing back off the right side. The tailback is Jakob Price. Mona Shores bring 4 down linemen. Shotgun snap, give Jakob Price. Stutter step up the gut, tackled by Emmons and company. From behind, he'll get the 11-yard line and a gain of 3. Second and 7, we take under 1 minute to go. 2 timeouts still for both teams. I'm curious when Coach Fairfield will choose to use some right here as they go inside 50 seconds. Long call in from the sideline here to Mackay Guy. Some displeasantries from the home side for Muskegon. They go to work. 42 seconds. Second and 7 from the 11-yard line. 3 receivers set. Short gun. Give. Fake to Jakob Price, right up the middle. Mackay Guy twists away from one tackle, and then in the middle of the defense, inside the 10-yard line, Trent Rosenthal twists him down. 30 seconds on the clock, and we will see a Muskegon timeout with 3rd down and short coming up. We'll be right back here from Hackley Stadium.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
And the car was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Deer Dance Floor, December 1st, 2014. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back to Hackley Stadium. 30 seconds, second quarter. 3rd and 3 for Muskegon, trailing 14-6 to Mona Shores. And they're up to the 7-yard line on this 3rd down. Pistol formation for the junior quarterback, Mackay Guy. Now step back into a short shotgun. Wing off the left side of the line. 3 receivers set. Guy motions Price to his right hip. Mona Shores defense shifting around. Wing back moves across the line. Give Jakob Price up the gut. Stutter step, angles over left guard. Dives inside the 5-yard line. He'll move the chains right on the number. 22 seconds and less. And Muskegon uses their final timeout of the first half. So it should actually, it looks like they will not quite move the chains. The mark actually going to be the 6-yard line. It will be 4th and 1 for Muskegon here. We'll have to see as they completely sort this out, but it looks like it's going to be a 4th down and in less than 1 for the Big Reds here. Chandler will stay with you through this timeout. 21 seconds on this second half, or second quarter clock, I should say. 14-6. It feels like a big moment in this game, just with the way it's been trending down the stretch, especially the grinding nature of it, like I mentioned a moment ago. Feels like a big opportunity that Muskegon really is going to want to execute on, getting inside the 5-yard line now. It's 4th and 1 from, or 4th and inches from the 5.
Yeah, huge chance for the Muskegon offense here to try to end the first half with a score. Coming up just short there on the 3rd down run, so first objective is to pick up the first down. I'd assume the play call is going to be pretty similar here. They've had tremendous success here running the ball with some sort of read between Guy and Price and chunking their way down the field. I imagine they run a very similar look here and try to pick up the first down and in the end zone as well.
Thaddeus Parker, wingback to the right side of the line. Guy short shotgun, and now Coach Koziak will burn his second timeout after he saw how Muskegon was lining things up right there for this 4th and 1 play. 21 seconds. That's why it's so important going into this 4th and 1 play for both teams, because, again, Mona Shores with the stuff can come away with the football and a one-score lead before they get the ball to start the second half as well. Make sure you stay with us here for our Centennial Securities halftime show. We'll have a lot to break down. Myself and CT here. What a game this has been. What a day of football around the West Michigan area. I know there's a lot of really interesting close games, both on Michigan Sports Radio and everywhere else around this area. We apologize, by the way, to anyone if you've kind of had a couple stream issues kind of on and out throughout this first half of play. We've had a little bit of issues in terms of the internet and so forth here at Muskegon, but we've been able to get the stream for the most part on the air, and that's all that matters. Is hopefully you're enjoying the coverage if this is your first time tuning into Michigan Sports Radio or Michigan Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. All right, 4th and 1 from Muskegon from the Mona Shores 5-yard line. 21 seconds remain in the second quarter. 14-6. Muskegon leading Mona Shores. Mackay Guy wraps his offense out onto the field. The 5'9 quarterback getting ready to go to work. It's the same look. Two receivers split out wide to the left side. The wing back off the right side of the line right here. They go tight end to the right as well out of the power set. Short shotgun. Guy, give up the gut. Price diving inside the 5. Got the first down to the 3-yard line. They got to work quickly, though. 16 seconds on the clock. They'll stop the clock momentarily while they reset the ball. They have to get to the line for the 1st and goal play right here. They're able to quickly get into formation. Snap to Guy. He'll snap it right, or spike it, I should say, right away with 2 hands, slamming the ball against the turf, and they will earn themselves another play right here, but they will lose a couple yards because of that quick spike back to around the 3-yard line. We'll see where they wind up marking. Looks like they'll give them the 2-yard line right here. So 2nd and goal from the 2. 14-6, Mona Shores, 10 seconds on the clock. And again, it feels like a big moment right here as Guy, give, Price, jumping into the end zone. Touchdown, Muskegon. The Big Reds on the board, heading into the half.
Fitting that Price would be the one that gets into the end zone. He's been doing most of the damage for the Big Reds offense in the first half, putting up some.
14-12, 8 seconds to go after the touchdown, and they go to work out of a 4-wide receiver set. Trips go left side, and Mona Shores is going to call their final timeout after seeing that formation set up. But all right, what a big moment in this football game, Chandler. I'm not saying it would be game over with the explosiveness and the moments these teams have certainly had, but I think really big for Muskegon to get the score, get into half of the momentum. All of a sudden you come up with a stop coming out of the half, and now things may swing back in the home side direction, whether they get this 2-point conversion or not in terms of momentum and game script.
Yeah, definitely able to tie or get very close to tie here at least and get back in the game. Strong drive to open up the game for the Big Reds. Got them in the end zone. A couple scores from the Sailors to respond. And now the Big Reds with a chance to make it neutral here at halftime. But both teams going back and forth. You see the adjustments being made already here on this 2-point conversion, regardless of the time of year, but so off 2-point lead going into halftime.
Everyone out of timeouts here with 8 seconds on the clock and a 2-point conversion coming up, looking to knot the game here for the Big Red. Leaping into the end zone, 14-14, 8 seconds to go in the second quarter, and Hackley Stadium comes to life. This is going to be a really fun second half of play.
Price laying his body on the line, both on the touchdown run and the 2-point conversion. Rather than trying to run through the middle of the defense, just go up over the top.
All right, so stay with you one more time right here as we'll get one final play. You can probably expect a pooch kick or something of that nature, squib kick coming up right here for Muskegon with only 8 seconds on the board. But, of course, be careful because we saw Jaylen Vinton take a pooch kick into plus territory before already in this one. So, Adrian Ramos Velazquez for the ball on the tee for the Big Reds at the 40-yard line. Dual returners go back inside the 10-yard line. It's Kawan Farnham and Jaylen Vinton. Vinton stands to the right, Farnham to the left right here as the ball left to right will be kicked away right here. Everyone in a line standing behind Ramos Velazquez as he'll get ready to boot this one away. 8 seconds on the clock. All tied at 14 late in the second. They'll break them out. Ramos Velazquez will get ready to send this one away for possibly the final play of the first half of the Lakeshore Battle rivalry here in the ball with the late wind burst falls off the tee. He'll reset the ball, and we'll wait to put this one back in play once again. Jaylen Vinton, the deep man, just by a little bit. He stands at the 14-yard line. Now Quan Farnham will go to the 12 and make himself the deep man standing on the left side. Ramos Velasquez twisting down towards the ball, short angling pooch kick outside the left numbers, taken at the 15-yard line by Kawan Farnham. Runs up the middle of the field, twisting past the 25, laid out at the 28-yard line, 2 seconds on the clock. So we will see Mona Shores run an offensive play. Let's see if Coach Koziak decides to knee and get out of here, or what he may choose to do with his unit. He's running on the field. He's got his hands up. He's making sure the call gets in right here as Mona Shores, tied at 14, gets ready to go to work one final time in the first half. From their own 28, and this certainly looks like a kneel that's coming up right here as everyone is in tight. Nate Dreyer chance how big that last drive for Muskegon was. Mona Shores seemed to have a little bit of control on a couple drives. They made a stop. All of a sudden, the Big Reds get a second half.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if they don't score there and punch it in the end zone, you're talking about the Sailors up a score, chance to get the ball right after halftime and kind of create some distance between them and the Big Reds, but Muskegon able to get the ball, drive the length of the field, use the rest of the first half clock there, and tie the score.
All right, we have got a lot to break down here in the Centennial Securities halftime show. Make sure you do not go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to have some stats. We'll have your scoring recap and much more all on the other side of this. We'll be right back here from Hackley Stadium. It's game night on Michigan Sports Radio. All tied at 14, Muskegon.
Offered in basketball, lacrosse, soccer, and volleyball. Your athlete will love the quality of instruction from experienced coaches and state-of-the-art facilities conveniently located in Grand Rapids and along the lakeshore. Check us out at MichiganSportsAcademies.com.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
AHC Hospitality is hiring for several open positions at its downtown hotels. Starting pay is $16 an hour paid weekly with medical, dental, health benefits, hotel discounts, and more. Positions include front desk, housekeeping, restaurant, and management roles at our 5 premier downtown hotels. Visit ahcjobs.com to jumpstart your career at one of 5 world-class hotels in downtown Grand Rapids, including the Amway Grand Plaza and the JW Marriott Grand Rapids. Again, visit ahcjobs.com.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are...
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each Butterburger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
You know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time? Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. Welcome back inside Hackley Stadium here, the historic press backs, 14-14 at the half CT. Let's go through a quick scoring recap, then I'll hand it over to you for some stats at the half in this one. Muskegon got to the board first with 3:05 remaining in the first quarter. Mackay Guy with a 1-yard TD run. The extra point was blocked. That'll become important later with how this one goes. 6-0 Muskegon. Then with 47 seconds remaining in the first quarter, it's Demir Farnham into the end zone on a 17-yard TD run. Pulaski added the extra point to give Mona Shores a 7-6 lead. And then with 4:07 to go, it was back-to-back scores for Mona Shores in that second quarter as Brandon Bankert on a 16-yard end-around keeper finds the end zone. Pulaski again adds the extra point, 14-6. And then with 8 seconds to go in the first half, it was Jakob Price diving into the end zone from 2 yards out, then tumbling into the end zone on the 2-point conversion. Tied at 14. CT, get us some stats.
All right, yeah, we'll start with Muskegon. Mackay Guy, the quarterback, 25 passing yards, along with 32 rushing yards. Price, the main offensive weapon for the Big Reds in the first half, 70 rushing yards on 17 carries. Piggy with 32 yards, Ivy with 7, Piggy with a catch of 22, and Parker with a catch of 6 yards. Over to the Sailors. Only one completion for Pittman, 7 yards, along with 5 rushing yards. Farnham, 35 rushing yards. Terpstra, 12. And Bankard with 21, and then Terpstra with the lone reception for 7 yards.
All right, it's such an interesting half. The people just saw one heck of a grab, by the way, that I made. It's windy. We have the open window right here at the press box, and I've been losing my paperwork. You just saw one all night right there, the quick grab just off screen. First half of play, though, Chandler, you look at this contest and we talk about the powerful running game for both these teams. Jakob Price, Demir Farnham really leading the way. You mentioned Price, of course, getting the touchdown, both having a touchdown, I should say. It's been